Howdy ho, Stampers. Today I'm going to show you how Stampin' Up! Meets the baking world. The first thing I'm going to show you is where I got my inspiration from. This is a gal that I know. Her name is Karen, and she does cakes in Scotia, New York. And I saw her using the aqua painter for decorating cakes, and I thought, I wonder how many other things we can use from our Stampin' Up! World and incorporate it with our cooking. So this is what I came up with. I took all of the things that I could think of and just kind of incorporated them into a group. So this is what I started with. I had to buy three different things. I had to buy, it was either fondant or you can also use gum paste. I like to use fondant. You also have to buy some colors, and I use the AmeriColor. And you can get these online. I got mine from King Arthur Flour. And the other thing that you need is vodka. And I'll show you why you need vodka. It's alcohol. And we can't use our rubbing alcohol like we do for other stamping things, so we're going to use the edible alcohol. Everything that I'm going to be doing is going to be edible, so let's get started. The first thing I wanted to show you is I took some of my fondant, and then I took 2 popsicle sticks, laid them down, and I rolled it out with my brayer. And the reason you use the popsicle sticks is because you want to make sure that it's even on all sides. So when you're stamping or pressing, it's all going to be nice and even. The next thing I did was I took our new cookie press. This happens to be the one with the bunny. And I just pressed it in while it's still wet. And it comes up just like that. To make my edges a little bit nicer, what I did was I took one of our empty Brad cups and I just centered it and cut it out. And there we have a little cupcake topper. We can take that and add it to one of our cupcakes. So that's how I used our cookie press. Here's some of the, and fondant comes in all different colors. Here's a couple more, and they just get stuck inside your cupcakes or your cake. They can wrap around your cakes while they're still wet. They're very bendable. You can lay them on top of your cupcakes. The next thing I want to show you is, again, when I roll out my fondant, I like it to be nice and even. If you're a cake decorator and you like to do borders, another thing that you can do is roll your fondant out long, and you can make this as long as you'd like. And then we can take our roller wheels and actually roll right through it. And then you would take our cutter and our the roller wheel. It's escaping me, the ruler for the roller wheel. Take it and then just take and cut your fondant in long strips and wrap them around your cake. So those are 2 little things that we can do. But what I really like to do is I like to take and I like to stamp on my fondant. So what I did was I took my fondant and I rolled it out. So if we took, let's take yellow this time. Roll it out, just like I did previously. Roll it, roll it, roll it. And then I took you can take cookie cutters if you want, but like I said, I wanted to use all Stampin' Up! Stuff. So I took and I cut it. And then I let it dry. And it doesn't take very long to dry, but this is my pretend finished piece. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to take your, what I did was I took an uninked stamp pad. This is our craft ink stamp pad, and it was uninked, and I added the black gel color to it. I just re-inked the whole thing. Now this one hasn't been re-inked in probably 2 months. It was the original re-inking. The next thing that you need to do is you need to take your aqua painters and you need to fill them with your vodka. Remember that if you do this, okay, you don't want to use rubbing alcohol. You don't want to use water because it will not dry fast and it'll make everything run. So the first thing that you need to do is to re-wet this. So what I do is I just sprinkle on the vodka and just re-wet the whole pad with the vodka. And I'm just going to do this fast. All right. Then you take your stamp, and if this is a stamp that you've used before, take your vodka and clean it off. It is going to clean it up really good. You're going to ink up your stamp and just stamp it down. And there you have your stamped image. Let it dry for just a few seconds. After it's dry, you can take and you can color it in. And what I do is I just take a little dish, add some of my what I call my re-inkers, but it's really our gels. And then you just take your aqua pen, and you need to have the one with the vodka in it, because if you don't, what ends up happening is it gets really gummy. So you're going to use this just like if it had water in it, okay? Just kind of get it started. This one has some black in it, so I want to get that out of there. Okay. And then we're going to take and just wipe it off like I would, just as if you were doing your same thing. Now this is not permanent ink, so just like if we were doing permanent ink, non-permanent ink, you want to try to stay away from the sides. And what you do is just color it in. And this is all edible ink. Everything on here is edible ink. You would clean it off the same way that you would clean off your regular stamp. Okay, and then we can just color in the flowers, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to just show you a couple of examples of what I've done. And this was actually the very first thing that I did. This is what Karen showed me how to do, and I just fell in love with it. You can see where I ran too close to the black, so I learned a lot from it. But I wanted to just show you a couple of different examples. Here is a little dinosaur party that I showed at my leadership conference. Here's a little dinosaur party. Here are some of the free stamps that we did you can get through the celebration sets. So here's these. But let me just show you what you can do. You can also use solid stamps, and what I did was I took our stamp pads and the clear stamp pads and did them with different colors. And when I did that, let me just show you real quick. You can take and add any colors that you want. Again, when you're going to do it, you're going to take and do the re-ink or the vodka on there just to loosen it up, and then you can stamp down. This is one that I had done with another one of our free celebration sets. And the way you want to take and look at that when it's all done is here is our little cupcake. I take my little fondant, put it in our little cupcake, and here we have our little cupcake. I also used some of our waffle paper and ribbon, and this is our new doily die from the mini catalog. And here we have a beautiful Valentine's presentation. I hope you liked my presentation, and if you have any questions, just go and ask on my blog. Thank you.